tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Talking gold and silver and crypto too. With Joe and the gang, it's what we do.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. We're stacking sats, we're stacking gold. In the world of finance, real gold. Every sip, every chunk, we're on our way to financial freedom, come what may.
So grab that tasty beverage, let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp now, we're on the move.
Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time. Good morning, stackers. Yeah, we're feeling fine. Good morning, stackers. It's podcast time.
Good morning, Stackers, for Tuesday, January the 7th, 2025. My name is Joe Main. We are talking about Trudeau is out. Today, silver is up, Bitcoin is rallying, and we'll do all the other fun stuff that we normally do here. If you're watching this on the replay, use the time codes below to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, man, you just get to enjoy every single thing we do here, including the synchronized slurp within the first couple of minutes of the show. What you do, you grab a tasty beverage, I grab my tasty beverage, and we slurp them synchronously together. Yes, it is the honor system. Please, without further ado, grab your tasty beverages, whatever it is you're drinking. I'm drinking water through my daddy mug. I'm on day 2 of back into full-on zero carb, no sweeteners, no nothing kind of stuff. And yesterday was interesting. Today I'm feeling fantastic. A little bit of coffee in my system this morning. Here we go. I'm padding for time to wait for people to get in. 3, 2, 1. Slurp your beverage audibly. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, that was a big one. My name is Joe Main. As I said, I'm coming to you live on YouTube and on X from Melbourne in Australia. Yes, we are in the future. We're in the future, right? Because it's Tuesday, January the 7th, 2025. What else do you need to know? We do the shout-outs. Of course, this is a live show I do daily, every single weekday, talking about precious metals. I've been a stacker of precious metals since 2010. Silver mainly, a little bit of gold, a little bit of platinum, mainly silver. I've been into crypto since 2013. Got my first Bitcoin at 98 US dollars. That's around about 130 Australian dollars each. 2 of them. I bought 2. Do they still exist? No, they don't. Everyone makes their own mistakes. But I talk about that, and I bring these two worlds together. We just talk about general economic news, investing, political stuff, what's going on today. Again, we're going to talk about Trudeau, talking about the mortgage, the current amount you need to earn to be worthy of a mortgage here in Australia as well. We're talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But of course, we're going to do some shout outs as well. I will just get rid of that. And of course, hit me up with a super chat if you would like to have me do a specific chart request. Okay, we are at 1,137 subscribers on YouTube. We're just really rocking up. I only started the show in May or June, I think it was, of last year, just gone. Doing really great guns, and nearly 3,000 followers on X as well. And also, if you have a business, or if you would like to talk to me about promotion or anything like that, whether it's a bullion business or a crypto side of things, or if you have a business that you think may be able to benefit, Short answer is yes, you can. Benefit from launching and growing a YouTube channel. It's what I've done for many, many years in the social media space. You saw me do it for Bullion Now, the bullion business that I worked for a number of years. I took it from 0 to nearly 20,000 subscribers with videos with nearly 1 million views. Okay, just consistently engaging educational content. Let me teach you the skills of how to do that. So send me an email at gmstackers@gmail.com, gmstackers@gmail.com, and we'll figure it out whether it is right for your business, any kind of business, anywhere in the world, and it probably is, but we need to have that little discovery, and then I'll charge you money like the dirty, greedy capitalist that I am. Shout out Central. Let's go. We've got to do this part every morning. Niels Hahn Dynasty is back again. 1/3 of the osmium triplets. Knackers O'Reilly, GMS. Was it the... Yeah, here we go. We'll talk about that. Well, was it the trumpet effect that JT is going... Well, hang on. Was it the trumpet effect that Justin Trudeau is going, or have the people finally woken up? Ooh, good question. Morning, Joe, says Jason Ashworth. Morning, Jason. Good to see you. David Smith. Now that's an intro. Yes, it is. It's the new one that I created. I actually did kind of create it. AI did most of the job. It's Udio, udio.com. Geez, it's amazing. And it was free as well. I just got some extra credits for being, once a month they give you some extra credits. It cost me like 4 credits, which is nothing, to create a whole song based on, I inputted some lyrics. Grok helped me with some of the lyrics, and I just mixed around with the lyrics. And I just said, do it in the style of 70s funk a la Tower of Power, which is one of my favorite bands. Make sure it's a male vocalist, and I want big horn sections, because I love that kind of stuff. Coming from entertainment industry as a lead singer and all that. And then it just gave me a few options. I did it a few times, iterated a couple of times, and then I just punched out that thing. How good is it, man? Udio.com. There's a free plug for you guys. Good morning, Stacker, says Silver Fox. Great to see you. Trump sunk Trudeau. Trudeau. What's up, Stackers, says Jason Razana. Stackers, this show is all about stacking. That's why it's called Good Morning Stackers. Stacking silver, stacking Satoshis, stacking skills, stacking communities and families, stacking friends. Why not? Stacking experiences and fun. Let's get into it, people. I think that's pretty much it with the shout-outs for the moment. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You've had more than a few minutes to get your bums into seats. Trudeau is out. Let's talk about Trudeau. Trudeau is out. We'll do live gold, silver, platinum, Bitcoin analysis, chart requests and all that. We're going to talk about a couple of bits of news. Number one, Trudeau is out. Let me share the screen. And I'll show you all this. Let's have a bit of a discussion on that. Give me your thoughts below. Trudeau is gone. Of course, this is X, okay, x.com. You want to follow me on here. I am live right now. So please follow me at It's Joe Main, ITS, Joe Main, JOEMAIN, live right now, nearly 3,000 followers. But let's share the screen here. This is from news.com.au, which really annoys me. I hate news.com.au, but it is the most popular one here in Australia. It is so left-leaning and left-centric, and also the ads just really annoy me. But anyway, let's see. One regret. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau resigns. Dun, 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 dun. Trudeau has announced his resignation in a bombshell press conference. The rumour was coming for like a couple of days, after suffering plummeting popularity within his party and among the public. Yeah, no shit. Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau has quit in a bombshell announcement, blah, 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 as his popularity plummets and incoming, it's funny how that worked, incoming US presidential Donald Trump threatens massive tariffs against its closest ally. But it was the resignation, this is apparently the kicker, yeah, sure, it was the resignation of his deputy prime minister last month that sealed Mr. Trudeau's fate. Okay, the leader of the Canada's Liberal Party. Just so you know, here in Australia, the Liberal Party is actually the right-leaning party. Okay, but in the States and in Canada, the Liberal means left-leaning. So just so you know, which is akin to Australia's Labor. Oh, there you go. Canada's Liberal Party, which is akin to Australia's Labor Party, which is currently in power. So we have a left-leaning, very left-leaning political party in power at the moment in Australia. Has been in office for just over 9 years. 9 years too long. In the Canadian capital of Ottawa on Monday, local time, Trudeau said he had a chance to reflect over the holidays. Yeah, okay, before telling his family, blah, blah, blah. The country deserves I don't care about any of that. What I care about, and I want to show you, let me show you Trump's response. He says, if I have one regret, this is Trudeau, particularly as we approach the election, I don't care about any of his regrets, basically. So he's out. He's going to be out. He's going to be in until they elect a new left-leaning liberal leader, liberal over there, and that new person will become the prime minister. This is how it works in Australia, and also how it works in Canada. If someone resigns, then someone else takes over, and they're the prime minister for a while until there's probably going to be an election really, really soon. Okay. What else do you need to know? Reacting. This is the one. Reacting to Mr. Trudeau's resignation, Mr. Trump shared a post on Truth Social suggesting that Canada should merge with the US to form a great nation. Here we go. Quote from Trump. I won't do a Trump voice. Many people in Canada love being the 51st state, Mr. Trump wrote. The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat. Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. I love this. If Canada merged with the US, there would be no tariffs. Taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be. That is Trolling 101. Anything else? No, basically, a lot of people saying that Justin Trudeau's Liberals let down Canadians, blah, blah, blah. They let you down on home prices, let you down on healthcare, they let you down by allowing corporate greed to run wild. Okay, he's out. What do you think? Is there anyone from Canada right now who is watching? Anyone from that side of things? What about Mark Florida? Is Mark Florida in the house? Let's get some more shout-outs, people. And any thoughts on that? Well, look, I'm not going to hide my biases. Why not? Well, it's my damn show. Yeah, good. Didn't seem to be very good for Canada for a bunch of reasons. Left-leaning in general. I'm not going to poo-poo every single person who is left-leaning. We've got some wonderful left-leaning people here who watch the show, who might actually be watching the show and participating in the chat right now. And that's good. We love, different points of view. But it was very clear that Trudeau hasn't been a good leader. He's seen Canada just go like that, particularly to do with immigration, particularly to do with economic policies. Just terrible. And people have had enough. And I guess my question is, and someone was sort of asking here, and this was Neckers O'Reilly, was it the trumpet effect that Justin Trudeau is going, or have the people finally woken up? I don't know. What do you think? Post a comment below. If you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment below. What do you think? Do you think it's just because the Trump effect? Big part of it. The Trump effect. When you get such a strong leader in the strongest country in the entire world, then you're going to be compared to that strong leader. And comparatively, it was just walking all over Trudeau about this. And it was just perfect trolling about, join the United States, become the 51st state. You can be the governor of Canada, all this sort of stuff. So there's this big, huge comparison. The big boy is back in. And I think it was just time. And yes, have the people finally woken up? Yeah, partly of that. It does seem to be. You don't know, but it does seem to be the pendulum is just swinging back. It might be doing it slowly, but it's been happening over the last number of years. Australia, not so much. We have another left-leaning party at the moment. Okay, we did have a right-leaning one for a while. Were they kind of much of a muchness, I guess? But Giorgia Meloni in Italy, Milei in the other place. What was that? Argentina, for example. Just slashing this, slashing that. apparently doing very well. The economy is doing better according to those numbers. Of course, they could be fudged to just, make the melee look good, but, inflation seems to be down, all that. It just does seem the pendulum is swinging. So Canada, in particular, and Trudeau resigning, could that be the pendulum continuing to swing? It depends on what they do in the elections. I think late this coming year, or sometime this year, there's going to be Canadian elections, and let's see if someone right-leaning, I think their name is Pierre Poilievre or something like that, is the right-leaning one. AFD in Canada, in Germany, so it seems to be going in that direction. Is it Australia's time as well? We just need better leaders here in Australia. We need better right-leaning leaders. We need a right-leaning leader that doesn't look like Voldemort. Do you know what I mean? Like you got to fix the branding as well, and that could be one of you wonderful Aussie right-leaning people. You want to get involved in politics? Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. So that is Trudeau out. Generally, I think that's a good thing. I like that the pendulum is swinging back. Do we want the pendulum to swing back all the way in the opposite direction? No. You need the yin and the yang of both parties. Both have got their decent ideas and all that. So you don't want it to be very far left. You don't want it to be very far right. But I like that it's been like, if I left, this is left on the screen. It's been this way for quite a long time. And it's now just getting back to maybe center right. Center right is pretty good for me. Okay, let's see. Any other comments on that? I am here. Yeah, I know. I know we're talking about you, man. I was just talking about you. Jason Ashworth says he hasn't been good, no, but more for his centrism. Okay, interesting. So that's the Trudeau thing. And other news. Let's take a look quickly. I want to share the screen. Would you like to know how much it costs to that you need to earn to have a mortgage in Australia? The income sweet spot to get a mortgage in Australia, so to get a home loan, which is a mortgage, is you need to earn between 200,000 to 500,000, $500,000 Australian dollars. Okay, the average wage in Australia is not 200,000 Australian dollars. That's what does that put it at? Give me 1 second. Actually, I'll do it here. So you can't see the screen. Let me go USD to AUD. So $200,000 in US dollar terms is 125,000 American dollars. Okay, you need 125,000 American dollars, 200,000 Australian dollars, to afford or to have the decent chance of getting a home loan. Okay, do you think that's a little bit too much at the moment? Yes, it is. New data released by an Aussie banking giant has revealed exactly how much you need to earn to get a mortgage, and it's not pretty. Household income of $100,000, half, okay? That'll probably make mortgage brokers sigh. The sweet spot, if you want a loan these days, is between $200,000 to $500,000. Get stuffed. That's the implication of new data from Australia's second biggest mortgage lender, Westpac, one of the big four banks here in Australia. As the next chart shows, the proportion of loans given to households making under $200,000 has collapsed. Okay, so here's the sweet spot, apparently 200,000 to 500,000, and look at the big difference. So you've got around about there, 30, 40. It's even there if you're making it's 40, 50%. Let's see. Oh, that's in 2024. Sorry, that's the bar graph in 2024. So in 2021, excuse me 1 second. In 2021. As one of my children opens the door. In 2021, it was much less. 2024, the bar, literally the bar has gone up. Okay, in just the last 4 years, loans going to households making over 200,000 have gone from being a minority to being a majority of lending. That is screwed. A single person on a teacher's salary is a rare sight in the mortgage broker's life, but that has been the case for a while. What we're seeing now is that even 2 teacher salaries may not be enough to get a lender excited. I don't really want to see a lender get excited. Now, the chart above is affected by the fact that we're making more money these days. Yeah, but what's the cost of everything else? With prices what they are, a $100,000 salary buys what an $80,000 salary bought a few years ago. Excuse me one second, people. Just And we're back. Okay, just had to. Sorry about that. That's a live show for you, and you didn't hear all of that, so that's good. It's not me screaming down the house and it's going, honey, what's. Anyway, let's go back. Let's see. You expect the bars to go right up, whatever. Anyway, what this chart represents is the collapse of the young, struggling home buyer in our era of high home prices and high interest rates. High-ish. Houses are still changing hands, but they are being sold to established households with a senior employee or two, perhaps double income, no kids. Oh my God. Perhaps kids in secondary school or even beyond, which is not to say that these people can't be first home buyers. As the next chart shows, around 20% of buyers are first home buyers now. That's close to the long run average, but well down on the peak during 2021. Yeah, that's because of COVID and whatnot. So young home buyers around about 20%. Okay, we need to up that. Okay, how do we do that? That is the question. Just have a good roaring economy. You can't force these things. You can't do price capping and all that kind of stuff. That's just bad. You just want the free market to take care of it, but we don't live in a free market at the moment. Indeed, many people are retiring with a mortgage. That's screwed. And using their superannuation, which is the 401k, retirement funds, to pay down the last bit of housing debt. The more common that becomes, the safer the pension will be. Okay, the government can't change the rules on the pension easily if many are relying on it. In 2025, interest rates in Australia, they're talking, are expected to fall, but it will not be clear when. So long as unemployment doesn't rise early in the year, there could be an opportunity for some people, even those whose household income isn't in the $200,000 sweet spot, in to get a home loan of their own. Yeah, no, short answer, it's really screwed. Really, really screwed to get a house these days. Really, really bad. And it's just screwing over young people. And what does that force people to do? So everyone has this. I don't know about wherever you are in the rest of the world, but I can tell you about the Australian, the Aussie dream, the Australian dream. And I think this is something that has been really perpetrated on us through the media, through just some kind of, I wouldn't call it a psyop or anything like that, right? But the Australian dream is to have the house. Like, renting here in Australia has always been seen as, oh, you're renting. Oh, you're still renting? Oh, you're still renting. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. It's always about, you got to get your first home, got to get your first home, got to get your first home, which is very different to, say, the European model. I've got people own homes, but you can lease houses for like 99 years. Renting and stuff is it's equally as prevalent, but the culture around renting is much more like, you rent a house. That's what you do in sort of more European culture. Here in Australia, again, I can't say about Canada or the US, but here in Australia, it's like, oh, you're still renting. It's kind of like, oh, really? Oh, okay. And so the reason I say this is because young people, before they want to have the house. The big thing is, you got to have your house before you have your kids. So what's that going to do to the population, as we're seeing the population decline all over the world? There's the pressure, the psychological, the cultural pressure to have a house first before you have children. I get at a certain time, after you have kids, you want to have the house that you're living in for a long time, okay? Creating memories and all that sort of stuff. But the pressure to have the house first before the kids is very high here in Australia. I've certainly felt that pressure over the years. And I think it's very, very detrimental. Have children. Your children don't, up until a certain point, your children don't remember. They also don't give a flying, basically, where they live, so long as they have parents that are generally around. They're not both working, 2 jobs. They're not both working 40 hours a week. The kid isn't stuck in daycare for 5 days a week, for example. I understand some people need, I get it, daycare a couple of days. I get that sort of stuff. Not everyone can, have one person at home and all that kind of stuff. If that's the choice you can make financially, I think that's always better. If you can, and we've certainly chosen to do that. That doesn't make me like better than anyone or all that stuff. It's just the choice that we made. Do we live in a fancy house? No. Do we have millions of dollars? No. Do I earn enough to pay the rent and the food and the bills? Most of the time. Okay, and that's so that we can give our couple of sons their mum here. Constantly. But I understand that not everyone can do that, so I guess daycare and all that, but geez, it's just really hard on the younger people in particular. So I really feel for them. Anyway, that's sort of my take on that, and let's get some comments on that, and then we're going to go into live, gold, silver, Bitcoin analysis, and maybe a chart request if we have time. Use a super chat for a chart request. It helps to pay for the show and all that. Of course, the show's brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Wealthstack. .com. Let's get some comments about Trudeau and comments about mortgage rates and all that kind of stuff. Then we'll get into some live looks at stuff. Jason Ashworth says Canada is to become 51st state in 2025. That would be the ultimate. That would be very funny. A common economic union. Oh, okay. A common economic union between Canada and America would work. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe sharing the same currency. Maybe something like that. A new dollar for the union, yes. Let's see. When you get pushed enough, you push back. Yeah, that's the pendulum swinging. The whole slippery slope thing isn't a real thing. It's all the slippery slope. It's a slippery. We shouldn't do that thing because it's a slippery slope. Yeah, things always get to a certain point and then it hits a wall and people go, yeah, no, that's enough. And as other people have noted, and not me, but I will sort of champion what they're saying, it's usually a little bit sexist here. We got any ladies watching today? Tony's not here, but that's okay. She'd probably agree. It's usually not until the men go, okay, that's enough. Okay, now we're done. Okay, dad's home. Okay, dad's home. Okay, so that's certainly been seeing that. Yeah, when you get pushed enough, you push back. That's very true. Let's see. I qualify easily, to run as a liberal, a right-leaning Prime Minister? Sure. Minister, yes, too much. Minister 988 says too much smashed avo. Yeah. When you go to a cafe here and you just want a smashed avo on toast, meaning just avocado smashed up on toast with some butter, it's like $17. Ridiculous. Jason Ashworth, what do you mean the free market would fix it, Joe? Oh, here we go. Big corporations and foreign investors buying up the property. Property has become investment in Australia instead of homes. That's because the government sanctioned that. Okay, that is not a free market. That is the government in bed with the corporations, and that's not free market. That's not free market at all. Okay, I'm talking about free market. Is this the start of UBI? You never know. Quite possibly. All right, let's get into it, people. Let's do some live gold, silver analysis. Silver is up today. It's up over a certain level we've been talking about. We'll do some Bitcoin analysis as well and all that kind of jazz. Get your chart requests in if you like. Preferably with a super chat. Again, helps out the show, but you do you. Let's see. Are we going to go to there? No, I'm not going to go there. I'm probably going to go over here. I'll go to silver. Let's talk about silver straight away. Cool. Here is silver on the daily time frame. Price in USD, $29.90 US cents, 93 US cents. Okay, so we talked about yesterday the fact that we had potentially, a little double bottom here, we needed to close and hold, at least hold a day above $29.80, the new line in the sand. And we have we opened the day yet? The market is open, and it looks like we have started the day. We've closed yesterday, so new day's trading is above $29.80. Okay, that's a good sign. Signs of life for silver. Maybe we don't see the best buy zone of $28 hit. I have been saying for a while that lower prices were coming. That was certainly played out. I was 80% sure of lower prices. I've been 60% certain at this stage that we see the best buy zone hit. Once we were down here, it went to much. Sorry, that was incorrect what I said about 60%. I was sort of 80% sure at this stage that we would see lower prices, particularly down to the top end of the best buy zone at $28 US. We've just closed above $29.80. Hey, it's a great sign. I'm still going to remain my bias to the downside. Particularly that spike. Okay, so we had a spike up to over $30, but it failed to hold $30. Okay, we don't like the big spikes. The big spikes up say that the sellers are still in control of the market. Great to see that we closed above $29.80, but I'm just going to say for the moment, my bias is to the downside. I'm going to keep it at 80% at the moment that we see at least $28 hit. As I said yesterday, I will not be more confident of a rise other than that until we break here. Okay, that's pretty much it. You start closing above this downtrend line, which coincides roughly with the $31 must hold for hope area. Okay, if you do that, something like that, and then start holding above 31, okay, yeah, that's great. But if you do this, and third time that's actually technically that's the first test of a downtrend line, because that's the first point, that's the second point, then this is set up, that downtrend line. Usually for me, I don't find that the first test of an established downtrend line is the one that takes it out. I'm more likely to be inclined that we do this first. Okay, so I think we find rejection here at around about that $31 area. I'm sort of 80% sure of that. Could I be wrong? Yeah, of course, man. Like, who the hell am I? What you could see, though, 31, you would want to see that hold, and then that's technically the second test of the established downtrend line. Then that could happen. Sure, yeah, that can happen, but I think you're going to find some resistance first. You're not going to go that and then that. Okay, you're more likely to do, as I just said, that, then that. And hey, if that holds and that tests again, great. Okay, my bias, though, is to this. That's my bias at the moment. I'm 80% certain of that. Could I be wrong? Yes. Who the hell am I? I'm just some dude. Doesn't really matter. Have I worked in the precious metals industry since 2013? Did I work for 3 major bullion dealers? Have I been watching the silver price for a very, very long time? Yes. That doesn't mean shit. That can just basically mean, I've just been in it for a while, but I could have been wrong for many, many years, right? We were talking about this potential. Hey, we did talk about this W pattern, didn't we? If that plays out, then yes, you'd be looking at around about that area there. That's your W. And yeah, I am expecting that. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. Do not do anything based on me. You should be dollar cost averaging anyway. Buy on the regular, buy every paycheck, buy once a month, regardless of what the price is, and you're just averaging your cost in over time. This is I call this just the weather report. It's fun to talk about. It's fun to speculate about. Does it really matter? No. Is silver going up in the longer term? Yes, but if you're potentially looking for areas to load up a little more, do you wait for the best buy zone? No, again, just dollar cost average. But maybe you've got some extra dry powder up your sleeve. Maybe you just buy on the regular, every paycheck or whatever, and then you've got that extra bit of something just to wait for a decent dip. That would be the area that I would say is the sweet spot. Okay, that's your sweet spot. Best buy zone 28 down to $26 US. Anywhere in between there would be a good area. Do you wait for the very bottom? No, of course not. Okay, but bias to the downside for silver, but showing signs of life, but we're not there just yet. Cool. That's silver. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is the same thing, showing signs of life, but not there yet. This remains the same as yesterday. Nothing really much to tell. We're still in this area here between the line and the sand of 2,605 and this general area here, this downtrend line, this uptrend line. We're just in this space right here. While we're in this space, anywhere between here and about there, Okay, it's no man's land, and my bias still remains to the downside. When we start clicking above this general area right here, you start getting into this zone. It's very squiggly. You start getting into this zone, then we'll start talking. Oh, okay, looks like there's signs of life for gold, but we're not there yet. Okay, bias to the downside. At the moment, looking out for $2,500 US, and then looking out for potentially the best buy zone, 2250 to 2150, 2150 to 2250 US dollar gold per troy ounce. Yeah, that's it. Got to clear above there. And the final hurdle, 2,735 US dollars, signals new all-time highs in gold coming like really, really soon, in days and weeks, not months and months. Just in the holding pattern. What confirms it for me? Once again, breaking down, if we do break down below there, 22,605, act as resistance. You do that. Down we go. That is gold. Not little else to show. Gold silver ratio is down a bit. I don't really have anything to say about that. Platinum. Platinum is doing the same thing that I've been talking about. We had that bounce off the best buy zone of $900 US. So it did technically hit the best buy zone again. I'm still 80% sure, because what do you know? We're finding rejection at the uptrend line right here. It was a spike. Spikes mean shit. It means it's all about where you close at. So we've closed below. So this is like gold. This is my sort of no man's land kind of area. Until we're above at least here, we're still heading down for gold. Hey, you could bounce here, sure, but I need that confirmation. So my bias is to the downside at the moment. I'm still 80% sure we at least dip into the belly of the best buy zone, and you'll be watching out for a couple of areas. First stop along the way would be $870 US. The next stop along the way would be $840 US. They're sort of the two main ones. If we get into the belly of the best buy zone, again, you should be dollar cost averaging anyway. Or just you do you, man. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that looks a little bit peaky right there. A little bit of a move back down. Yeah, I'm expecting that. 80% sure. Could I be wrong? Yes, don't listen to me. Gold, silver. I'm going to quickly check. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check gold in Australian dollars. Why? Gold in Australian dollars hit a new all-time high just a couple of days ago. So in Australian dollars and other foreign currencies. Oh yeah, I want to take a look at the Canadian dollar as well. But give me a second. New all-time high in gold just a couple of days ago. I didn't even celebrate it because, mainly I look at the US dollar price. But why is this happening? Why in Australian dollars? Because the Australian dollar has been tanking against the US dollar. The Canadian, did I do it? Where are we? Canadian CAD USD. Same thing. The Canadian dollar has been tanking against the US dollar. Gee, though, what happened in the last day? What happened after Trudeau resigned? You see the Canadian dollar strengthening against the US dollar. Is that a sign that people are like, oh, thank God, I'm a little bit more confident in my own foreign currency? Yeah, quite possibly. Anyway, that is silver and all that stuff. Gold, sorry. Here's silver in Australian dollars. We're not above that key level of $48.50 yet. So we're still in a downtrend on silver in Australian dollars. Okay, I will not be confident with silver in Australian dollars until we at least cross $48.50, and then really it's here. Okay, you need to break there, do that, and then we'll start talking higher prices. That $50.60 area, they're right about there. That's your key that you need to cross and break to say, oh, higher prices coming in the Australian dollar version for silver. Okay, we're not there yet. My bias is to the downside. Cool, because it is in US dollars. Yeah, platinum did all that. Cool. What else do you need to know? We will talk about Bitcoin in just a second, but of course, buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Why? Because they're an Australian bullion dealer. As you know, I worked for 3 major bullion dealers in Australia over 11 years. I don't work for a bullion dealer at the moment, or I don't work for them now. I do this live show. I talk to you. I help my private clients launching and growing on YouTube. But when I did work for bullion dealers, I learned a lot, okay? And then I said to myself, if I ever start my own bullion business, which I actually did for about a year, but if I was starting another one, what would I do? And I would do every single thing that Perth Bullion Exchange is doing. Basically, they're doing everything that I would do. Who the hell am I? I'm just some dude. But I have learned a lot over working for major bullion dealers and, looking at the mistakes they made, the successes they had, and what I would do. And Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, doing everything right. Everything right, including being the only dealer in Australia to give you free shipping when you buy over a certain amount. So they have great premiums. Their prices are great. Their range is fantastic. Plus, you get free shipping. Okay, let me give you an example. Here's the amount that you need to get free shipping. It's not a dollar amount; it's a quantity amount. So you could spend as little as, let's go to 1/10 ounce. Now, when you're buying 1/10 ounce silver, the premiums are large. Okay, that's the equivalent of 90 Australian dollars per ounce, but you're getting the privilege of having 1/10 of an ounce things. Okay, but let me just show you. Okay, all you need to have is 20 or more items in your shopping cart. So you could spend as little as, and this is in Australian dollars. Okay, you could spend as little as less than $200. So you could spend 180 Australian dollars for some silver and get instant free shipping. Now, when I show you, if I lower this and I'll put this to 19 quantity, right? So 19 items in your entire order. I'll update the cart. Let's see the shipping, and I'll add a shipping charge now, right? Because it's less than 20 items in the whole order, right? There you go. There's your shipping. Now it's $17.50. All you need to do was add one more $9 1/10 ounce silver coin, update the cart, because you've got 20 or more items. It's instant free shipping. Now from there, add whatever else you want, okay? As long as you have 20 or more items. Now, if you want, you could add 5 of these, 2 of something else, 3 of something else, 7 of something else, as long as there's 20 or more items in your total order, okay? Mix and match, instant free shipping Australia-wide. Okay, that's perthbullion.com.au. Their special is out for the week. Let's find out what that is. Their special for the week, of which they'll be doing a video on really soon, I'm sure. Is it it's going to be released today. Okay, so they'll release the special today. That'll be at around about probably 11 o'clock. You'll find out. But all you need to do, go to perthbullion.com.au, type special in the search bar, and then you'll see what their weekly special is. By the way, it's a weekly special. It's not one of those 24 hours only where you don't even get a chance to get it, and the special isn't even any of that good. Was I harking back to a specific bullion dealer that I used to work for? No, I'd never do that. Anyway, perthbullion.com.au. Wealthstack.com. It's a phone app. Why would you want a phone app to buy gold? Well, because it's easy. Number one, it's backed by real physical metal. Download it for Android or iPhone. Wealthstackapp.com. I'll show you what it looks like. Go to wealthstack.com, click on the About section, and then scroll down, and then you can find it. That's David Ski, the CEO. Did an interview with David Ski. And right here, you can sign up for an account on the desktop app, but it's mainly a phone app. Okay, download it for Apple or iPhone. That's what it looks like. Wealthstack, one word. That's the icon. That's the user interface. Save and invest in real physical gold. Okay, it's backed 1-to-1 with real physical metal. It's an unallocated gold program. Okay, so it's real physical metal. Okay, you just don't get to store it in your own house. It's stored for you. Okay, it's an Australian-owned, Australian-operated, Australian-regulated company. And it's the gold is stored at one of the largest gold and silver wholesalers and distributors in the entire world. It's one of the big boys, okay? And they're LBMA registered. It's all that. It's not just a little mum and pop store in Australia. It's one of the big boys is backing the gold, okay? Real physical metal. So you're buying gold for spot plus 1%, no matter whether you're buying $1 million of gold or $10 of gold, okay? So it's very good for the people who want to save in small increments, or, hey, you want to buy $10,000 of gold? It's only spot plus 1%. Again, it's a great deal. Okay, so all I would ask you is to go down, wealthstack.com, go down. All I ask you is to go to wealthstack.com, go down to the bottom left-hand corner of the page, click on the FAQs section, read the frequently asked questions. What else is coming with Wealthstack? Can you buy, frequently asked questions, can you buy silver? Not yet, but you will be able to. What else is coming? A debit card is coming. Okay, pay for stuff in your metal. Okay, so silver is coming. What else is coming? Physical redemptions of metal is coming, and they're not going to charge you anymore. There's not going to be a barring fee. You're not going to pay the extra premium, any of that. Physical redemptions will be free. There'll just be some certain caveats. Okay, there'll be certain sizes that you can only redeem for and all that, while the company is, still building its company. Okay, they're a new company. They started last year. They reached out to me because they know I'm big in the stacking community, if I do say so myself. But they wanted to gain the stackers community first. They're going to gain your trust, and that's the best way to do it, because even if you're not into Wealthstack, wealthstack.com, you'll tell your friends and family about it potentially, because they think you're the crazy collector. Give them the gift of Wealthstack. Give them the gateway drug of Wealthstack. Just get them. I can't say that. I can say the other. Get them a little bit pregnant with wealthstack.com. Okay, and then you can, hey, look, just download it on your phone. Just buy some gold through this Wealthstack app. Okay, it's on the phone. It's really easy. It's fully secure. You got to add your ID and all that stuff. They're not going to scam you or anything, right? And then you can slowly ease them into, have you seen this silver coin? Oh, look what I bought the other day. Get them into the physical in their hands thing through the gateway drug of Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Those are my brand partners, people. Let's do some shout outs, then we'll do Bitcoin, etc. Hit the like button, says Knackers O'Reilly. Silver Fox, more the US dollar has surged recently. Yes, okay, fair enough. 24 carats says Australian dollar tanking, home loans exploding, wages tanking equals banking crisis. What would be a good idea to own in some kind of banking crisis? Can you guys think of anything that would be like some kind of safe haven asset that's good in a general recession? Yeah, it might go down when everything else goes down, but it may not go down as much. It's helping you maintain your wealth over time. Yeah, of course, Yet interest rates still not coming down. Keep people poor. Yeah, absolutely. Channel 24 carats. Cheap debt and low interest rates is the cause. Keeps working class poor and asset class rich. High interest rates helps poor people earn a less weak currency. That's a very interesting point. High interest rates helps poor people earn a less weak currency. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's a good point. All right, let's do some crypto analysis, some Bitcoin stuff. Any chart requests for any cryptos or any stocks or anything like that? We'll have a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been rallying. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin price. That was silver. We did all that. Let's take a look at BTC, people. We stack silver, we stack gold, we stack silver, we stack satoshis, we stack skills, we stack everything here at Good Morning Stackers. And I'm bringing these two worlds together. You have much more in common than you initially believed. Bitcoin on the Bitstamp exchange, it's priced in US dollars. We're back over the magical $100,000. So that's a good psychological value. We talked about that yesterday. 102,142 USD per one Bitcoin. We are now in the year after the halving. Traditionally, in the 4-year cycle, if it plays out again, there's no reason to think it won't. Nothing ever goes exactly according to plan, but the year after the halving, we are seeing the rise, and we're certainly seeing that after the halving. That was in sort of April, May last year, and we had a beautiful rise, and then we had that topping at $108,000. We had this major support line very quickly. That goes back to the previous all-time highs in 2021. That point formed the look at it. Look how perfect it is. It formed the uptrend line right here. It absolutely so far has remained a support. It's probably good now. Look, we're even above. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. Each candle is 1 month. We're above that $100,000 mark. It's looking quite good. I like to remain conservative in many things in life. I remain conservative. So am I saying it's just onwards and upwards from here? Not just yet. We did talk about, and do I have it right here? Or no, I need to draw it in again. I'll take it from this high and this low. We're probably over the 0.618 level, but we're not over the 786. Let's have a quick look. Okay, look, a very positive sign. Again, just from this recent high, the all-time high, 108,000, and this recent low, which was a spike down on the on the weekly time frame. Sorry, so this is the weekly. Sorry, and we closed above that support line right there. Right, spike below, close. Didn't even spike below. Closed above, spike, but closed the week above. That's very positive, right? That says that buyers are in control of the market, and enough people believe that that is such a psychological value of that massive trend line there, that massive trend line, that it wasn't going to be taken out on any kind of macro time frame. Certainly haven't seen that. Here's my thing though. I just like to remain conservative. The great news is we are currently above, and we've just started the week, okay? But just look at this. We've gone from 98,000 to over 100,000 in just a couple of days, 24, 48 hours. We're back over the 0.618. That's over 101,700, 800 right there. That's a good sign. A lot of people believe that the dead cat bounce, what's a dead cat bounce? It's where you have a massive move and then you have a rally. You have a rally and people go, oh, it's back, baby. And then the dead cat bounces, right? And it does that. A lot of people believe, and it's true for a lot of the time, that the 0.618 is the area where a dead cat bounce or a relief rally before a lower prices kind of tops out at. It kind of does that at the 0.618. Okay, now that we're above the 0.618, a lot of people will be believing, oh, that's it, man. That's it. The relief rally. It's not a relief rally. It's not a dead cat bounce. We're heading onwards and upwards. I like to remain a little bit more conservative because I've seen over time how the 0.786 can really get you. It can really fake you out, okay? Where it does the following, right? Because if you can get shaken out, if there's any way that you can get shaken out or get screwed over, it's going to do it to you. The simulation will, where it goes, oh, we're back over this 0.618, back over the 0.618. It gets to there and then goes, sucked in, right? And it does that. So I like to remain conservative. For me, 104,000, between 104, 105,000 US dollars is my final hurdle for new all-time highs, okay? It's probably fine here, okay? That's probably fine, but I just like to see it do the following, remain as support, and then that. I know it's really conservative, okay? But I just like to remain that because we're playing with our own money, people. And you don't want to take too many risks. So look, so far so good though. Over the 0.618, over the psychological value of $100,000. So far so good. Just really watch for that $104,000, $105,000 mark to be taken out and to be held as support. And that is fantastic for Bitcoin. And I won't speculate about higher prices from here. We'll talk about that, later on. So looking good for Bitcoin. Just bear in mind, if this is a dead cat bounce and we break here again, watch out for the mid 80 levels. Watch out for about your there-ish, and then watch out for that $74,000, $75,000 level down to there. That would be your big major area that people would get massively shaken out at. Okay, you get a lot of liquidated longs probably around about that midway, sort of mid-80s kind of level. That would take it down quickly to there. We're nowhere near there. I'm just saying, just watch out for it. Yeah, cool. That's Bitcoin. Looking good so far. Let's take a look at others. And also want to take a look quickly at the altcoin market versus the precious metals currently. Okay, so let's take a look at others. Others is anything other than the top 10 coins. So it kind of basically represents altcoins in general. So this is the total crypto market cap excluding the top 10. Looking good, looking pretty good. Okay, we're not out of the woods just yet. We had that spike here to, this is based on market cap, okay? So we had a spike to the previous all-time high roughly of that rough sort of $450 billion market cap. Great to see we had a spike down. That's the, I call it the Darth Maul candle right there. And then a lovely move. So we're back above the $365 billion mark. Cool. All I would say, let me have a quick look. Let's do some Fibonacci quickly. Let's see if we are at any key levels. So I'll take it from this high and this low. I think this is actually the first time I've done this. Any areas of confluence? Yeah, ish. Yeah, kind of. That you can see very clearly though on the monthly time frame in altcoins. We've had a spike below the 0.618. Okay, right there. We closed the month above it. Great. And we've opened above. We didn't have a spike. So that's looking good. I need it to clear right there. There it is, $403 billion. That's my final hurdle for the altcoin market to say new all-time highs in the market cap of altcoins will be continuing. Okay, so that's right there for me. 404 Billy. Okay, 404 B. Final hurdle. New all-time highs. You'd call it / alt season. We're probably in alt season right now. Okay, that's what I need to see. Close on a monthly time frame. You need to do this. Okay, close and then do that. And then that's very good, very positive, okay? And that sets it up for altcoin season into 2025 we are in now. How high it goes, I don't know, and neither do you. What I would suggest, though, is a major topping out area, and I have been talking about this recently, major top out area in 2025 is I don't see it any higher, and I'm not saying it's going here, but I don't see it any higher than about $2 trillion. Okay, $2 trillion market cap in the altcoin market. That's just basing it on this. It might not get there, right? You might have a peak somewhere lower, okay? Just like Bitcoin has done previously. It doesn't always follow the major uptrend lines like that, the top end right there. So yeah, you could certainly, but look, $1 trillion market cap, that's pretty easy. I would say that's a little bit over a doubling, right now. That's pretty easy in an altcoin season. This is the time frame. I don't know when the altcoin market is going to top. Some people say it's going to be in March. That's not that far away. I don't know about that. Some people say, not till the end of the year, sort of November, December. Here's the halfway point, I guess. Just make it halfway point around about your June, July kind of area. But yeah, top end, probably 2 trillion. 1 trillion is probably pretty doable, okay, in the altcoin market. Let's take a look at altcoins versus precious metals for a second. Did I have those? Here we go. Others. Why am I showing you this? Others versus gold. So here's others versus gold right here. We're in a very clear uptrend. So the crypto market, the altcoin market, has been outpacing gold just recently. So it's outperforming it very clearly here. Now, why am I showing you this? Is it to go ha ha ha, blah blah blah, sucked in stackers? Goldstackers? No, of course not. It's just saying we're just in a little bit of a period here where crypto is having a bit more of a run because, as you know, look, altcoin market, here, altcoin thing, and then a massive bear, okay? It was much better to be in gold versus the altcoin market between 2018 and around about 2019, okay? That it was much better to be in gold between 2021 and 2023 versus each other. Okay, so there's just periods where one goes up and the other, one outperforms the other and then it switches back over. We're just currently in the altcoin market outperforming at the moment the precious metals market, or gold in particular. All right, that's the trend line. Okay, this is on the monthly time frame. Maybe I'll pop it on the weekly and also show you the relative strength index as well. Cool. Currently outperforming. We had that move. That was a fake out. We're back above. Okay, we need to close above. So it doesn't mean it's going to continue. We need to close above, at least on a weekly time frame. We need to hold this. Look, it's looking good at the moment. We're just not out of the woods just yet. But, all signs point to crypto market continuing to outperform precious metals, at least for, let's say, the next 6 months, maybe, somewhere between there. At some point, it will top out, of course. That's others versus gold. This is others versus silver. Okay, similar thing. There's a downtrend line. We're actually technically not above it just yet. Okay, so we're at a key level, but it has had a nice run. I have been, and I'm mentioning all this because as a precious metals holder and as a crypto stacker, I've recently been moving a portion of, not all, a portion of my silver holdings into the altcoin market, and I've been riding that wave. Okay, it's been doing all right so far. I have upped my stack. If I was to sell out of all my crypto now and to buy just all silver, I will have upped my stack by a certain percentage. Not as high as I think it could be, so I'm still waiting for a a higher move, but at some point, and I'm just showing you for crypto people, at some point, this will top out. I don't know where it'll top out at. Okay, let's do a quick little bit of Fibonacci maybe. Will that help? This is again altcoin versus the silver market specifically, not gold, silver, right here. Okay, you could take some Fibonacci if you want. You could pick a point, or you could just pick a point, pick a kind of percentage gain. Let's see if you wanted to. I'm just spitballing this. Let me just see if there's any confluence with the last cycle. Anything there? No, I'm going to ignore that. Or what you could do is you could just take a simple trend line and do that. Okay, let's just base it on that. I'm not saying it's going to go there, but this would be a pretty high price. Okay, if we break the all-time high, you could go as high as, and again, please understand, not saying this is happening. Okay, let's say July, let's say half the year roughly. Half the year, okay, crypto market, you could go as high as here. That would be a pretty top point. I'm not saying it's getting there, but that's at around about the $78-80 billion market cap versus silver. So you could get anywhere up to here. I think we'll break the all-time high. That's me personally. So I think we'll break there. Get rid of that. Sorry, I don't want that. I want a brush. I think we break here, at least, and I think we can get anywhere up to here. Okay, when we get up there versus the silver market, you lovely wonderful crypto people who have a lot of crypto gains would be wanting to put a portion of your crypto winnings into precious metals. Is that 10%, 20%, 30%? I don't know, you do you need a portion of it into the precious metals market. Why would that be, you ask? Because of the precious metals market versus the stock exchange. Very quickly, I'll show you. I know sometimes I feel like a broken record, but you guys really need to see this. Let me show you. I'll show you versus gold. Okay, here's the gold versus stock market. It is in a historic low. Gold is historically low versus the stock market. It will tick over at some point. You're getting it very cheap right now. We broke out of a key area right here. I don't think we head back down into here. That's my humble opinion. Since we've broken out, we've tested it as support. Breakout of that major downtrend line, a test of support right there, and there. Yeah, look, you could certainly break back down into here, but I don't believe that's going to happen. It is over the longer term. Imagine swapping your crypto for precious metals, gold or silver. Silver's at around about the similar kind of levels as gold is versus the stock market, and then riding the precious metals market until you can get so much more shares of the stock market index, the S&P 500, or your favorite particular stock, which is where it's Tesla, Amazon, any of the big ones, the Nasdaq, the Nvidia. I don't know, you tell me. But we're in historic lows right now. Get out, take a portion of your crypto winnings when it's a peak for you, put it into precious metals, not all of it, put a portion in, and then ride that wave, and then just gobble up some wonderful cheap stocks relative to precious metals, because precious metals will be going through a capital rotation event where it's going to be the flavor of the next 5-10 years, something like that. A slower burn, okay? Yes, crypto goes higher and lower, it's more volatile, but you're at the peak of the 4-year cycle. It's at least going to be a couple of years until you get the low in the crypto market. So play the precious metals market versus the stock market in that time. Okay, that's a little non-financial advice for you. Anything else? I don't want to look at any other cryptos at the moment. I don't have anything I want to talk about. No, I don't think so. We're good with that. Yeah. Final comments or any quick chart requests? Let's see. Okay. Yes, sorry, Knackers. I'll do it for you. Yes, you've been hounding me about it, and I absolutely do agree. Okay. Knackers so people also dug their own hole by spending money on things they don't need. Yeah, they got into debt. Okay, chart request on BCH or OMG crypto. You did ask for this, so I will do it. I'll take a quick look at OMG. Let me just get up the thing. Yeah, you've been really patient with me, Knackers O'Reilly. I appreciate that, mate. OMG crypto. Unless it's OMG, yeah, man, that is an old school one, isn't it? I remember that having the 2017-2018 run being a big flavor of that year. Capital.com, Bybit. Let's just check a few Kraken, and I'll check Bybit as well. That's the perps, so we don't need the perps on Bybit. OMG collateral, no, I think it's just going to be capital.com. OMG mean volume, Glassnode. No, let me just check this one. Capital.com goes back to 2017. Okay, fantastic. This is OMG. I presume this is the one you want me to do. All right, let's take a quick look. I'll give you a time code as well. Is it OMG Network? That used to be Amezi Go, but we'll call it OMG Network. Anyway, let's take a look at old school crypto, OMG. I think this used to be called Amezi Go. Now I think they may have changed their name to OMG Network. Okay, whatever. That's cool. This is one of the darlings of the 2017-2018 run. I remember very clearly OMG being a massive thing back in that run. And as you know, I've been in crypto since 2013. I went through the big bull run of 2017-2018. Let's take a quick look. I'm doing a first look, or a first long time look. I haven't looked at it for a long time. And I don't remember the fundamentals of OMG. If you're an OMG fanboy, fangirl, good on you. That's a compliment. It's not a derogatory term. Let me know in the comments below why you are bullish on the fundamentals of OMG Network. And I'm just going to do a quick live look at the price and just give my analysis based on price, nothing to do with fundamentals. Okay, let's take a quick look at Fibonacci. So anyway, the history of it, 2017 was at 30 US cents. It rocketed to $30 in January of 2018. We all know what was going on in January of 2018. If you're an OG of crypto, you're considered to be an OG of crypto if you were in during the 2017-2018 run. What am I if I was in crypto since 2013? Let's see. What kind of run is that? From 30 cents. That's an 8,500% move, okay? But since then, not looking great. You had 2021, which was the last crypto bull run, okay? Had nearly a previous all-time high. Was looking good for OMG, but then, crypto market went blip, 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 blip. The absolute low, which it seems to be in, is it probably at around about 18 US cents lower than where it opened at on the capital.com thing here. Okay, let's take a quick look. I'll do some Fibonacci. I like to find out if there's any areas of confluence. Now, I'm going to take it from the previous all-time high of roughly $30 right there, and I'm going to take it all the way down to that recent low. And then we'll see, and now we're hindcasting, but it might inform us for the future what potential resistance levels could be. I'm also going to give you my take profit targets as if I was getting into this. I'm not getting into OMG. I'm spread out too thin enough as it is. But I will tell you what I would do if I were getting into it. And I'm just some guy, right? Don't listen to me. I'll take it from the old high and the old low. Give me 1 second. I just want to see there. Was there any levels of confluence there? Yeah, there was. So I'll just take it right there. Okay, so there's not many levels of confluence because we're not... Oh, there's actually a few. But this is the low right here of the 18 US cents. If I show you on the weekly... Does it match up with any levels? Yeah, okay. You can reliably call that a thing, okay? Let's see. So the high, 29, do these match up? Yeah-ish. Yeah, you've got that level of resistance right there. Yeah, it's pretty... Actually, no, it does. It matches up. Look at that level of support, the 0.236. Again, this is hindcasting, but... this can inform you for the future. Cool. Level of resistance right there. Major level of resistance. Couple of spikes. But geez, look at this on the weekly time frame. Spikes, but closing around about that $11 mark, 0.382. Very clear resistance at the 0.618 back in September of 2021. A spike there. We had a spike, but a failure to hold. Then a fast move to the downside. Resistance there. And now... Since then, we've just been in the massive range between the 0 mark and the 0.236. So number one, if I were bullish, actually I'll do some other stuff. Sorry, let me do that. Let me do some trendline analysis. We need to see if we're even out of the woods yet, okay? Well, that's nowhere near there, okay? So that's your first one. Cool, we're nowhere near there at all. Although that's setting it up for a potential major taking profit target. And I'll show you that just a second. Let's do the other one. So let's see. When we got to here, we had that breakout. That was a clear breakout. Yep. But it's going to be right here. Yeah, you can easily see it. Look at that. Isn't that interesting how trend lines work, right? So we are Not out of the woods yet for OMG Network. If a rising tide raises all ships, and we've seen many other cryptos break out of their long-term downtrend patterns, could OMG, I'm just floating it, could it be, if it's going to keep going up, could this be one of the ones that you might be getting in early on if it's going to have a run, just like other crypto may be doing in 2025, okay? We are not even over. I would call that we haven't even changed probably market structure yet. It looks like, and now I might be using that term incorrectly, but if I take a look at the major resistance level from previous, you're around about there at your 40-cent mark. Cool. We had a spike above, but it was a failure to hold. This is on a weekly time frame, by the way, as well. So we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, so that would signal to me I'll call that my getting interested line at 40 cents. Getting interested in OMG. Okay. Have you bought down here recently? Do you think the low is in? Okay, hey, then you're riding a few profits here, and that's great. But that's my getting interested line. I am not interested in OMG whatsoever. It's not even on my radar. Really, I give no shits about it whatsoever until we at least cross 40 cents, and really it needs to break here. So I'm going to call it that area. Okay. Actually, those are my two getting interested. That's my getting interested on the horizontal. And that's my getting interested on the, not horizontal, getting interested. Okay. Excuse me. Right there. And let me do that. And I'll do top, right, and there. Get it? Got it? Good. Cool. That's my two getting interested lines. The horizontal at 40 cents, and really you need to break there. Cool. You start doing that, we'll start talking turkey for OMG. Nowhere near it at the moment. That could easily just go like that. I don't know the fundamentals of OMG, and I don't remember. But that's what I need to see. Something like that. That would be good. And a break and a retest of 40 cents, and then onwards and upwards. If it does that, particularly if it breaks here at the 65-cent mark, that would call it probably, some people would call that the change of market structure there. I'm going to call that change right there. If you do that and you break 65 US cents, and then that, very interested then. I'll be very interested. Getting interested. Here we go. Getting interested. Very interested. Cool. Cool. I know it's all very technical terms, and I try to do this in very layman's terms so you understand. I'm getting interested. It's on my radar at 40 cents. I'm very interested after 65 US cents. Cool. And we are nowhere near there. Cool. From there, then you could be talking some horizontal levels along the way. Of course, watch out for this major area right here. That would be a major area of resistance, but geez, that's at around about $2.90. I would call that, let's do now, if I were getting into this for the first time, where would I personally take some profits along the way, and where would be my probably major profit taking area? Okay, keeping a bag, but sort of my major profit taking area. All right, so let's just say there's my getting interested line. I would not even be thinking about OMG until it's after 40 cents. I would be very interested after 65 cents. So let's base it on 65 US cents. Okay, if I got in there, I would be at least wanting to take some profits here. That's a 330, 340% move. Are you telling me you wouldn't take profits at a 330% move? Of course you are. You would, because you're not stupid. Okay, so take profits along the way. I would even consider taking my initial investment out at you do consider taking your initial investment out at around about your doubling. Okay, so let me pop in a second one right here. Now, you might believe that crypto is going to go through a massive run. We're going to see high prices and break even high. Yeah, good on you. That's good for you. But if you want to be conservative, and if you want to make sure that you are maintaining the wealth that you currently have, I would call that a initial investment. This is what the smart thing to do would be. Okay, so I'll call that a TP1. Take profit 1 at $1.50, taking out your initial investment. That's if this is, by the way, this is me doing my personal thing, what I would do. Your average cost may be way higher. You might still be bag holding from 2017, 2018, and your initial cost is way up here. Okay? We're just talking about if you got in at the getting interested line. Okay, so you're talking about round about here. You see that break, you see that hold. Okay, and then you round about 65 cents. That's a 130% move. You sell half on double, taking out your initial investment at $1.50. You would then do a TP2. Not you. You do you. I would take out then at $2.90 some more just along the way. Okay. Profit TP1, TP2, okay, at $2.90. How much would I take out at that point? Oh, it looks a major area. You've taken out your initial investment. I'd sell in maybe another 20%. That's just me personally. Where is a major profit-taking target? Because I'm not sure if it's going to break an all-time high. Okay, for me, it is right here at the 0.236. Let me get rid of the RSI. It's anywhere coinciding with the 0.236 or this downtrend line, whichever comes first. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm going to pop it in here. Actually, I'm going to pop in a range. Cool. That's my major profit-taking area. I know it hasn't even broken all-time high. I know nothing about, I don't remember anything about OMG. This is if I were getting in and I want to stay rich. Not stay rich, I want to get rich. I'm not rich by any stretch of the means. What I mean is I want to keep the wealth I currently have. Cool, and gain it and not lose. What is that? That is $2. Where are we? We are at $6.80 to $11. Cool. That's a huge move, by the way. That's a 10 times move. You're telling me you wouldn't take major profits? $6.80 to $11. Major profit taking. Are you telling me you're not going to do that? Come on, man. Can you believe we've only got about 13 more days of, come on, man. $6.80 to $11 is a major profit-taking area for me for OMG. I would probably only leave about 10 to 20% in the bag for me personally if we rocket it up to the 0.236 or anywhere butting up against this downtrend line. So it could be lower there, okay? It could be lower. But yeah, because that's a massive run. I mean, that's from, again, all spitballing. But if I were to get in around about 65 cents and then I've sold a bit here, I took out my initial investment, I sold another, say, 20% here at the TP2 of $2.90, and then I'm up to here, that's a real decent move. I would probably leave 20% of my original bag in, and then, hey, see where you go from there. But that's personally me, what I would do. You do you, your average cost may be higher. I would suggest if your average cost is higher, if you're in the sort of this general range, a $3 area, I can't guarantee anything. I'm not as confident that you would see a breaking of this uptrend line. I'm not confident that you would see even the all-time high in OMG broken in this current crypto bull run. I'm not confident with that. Many other cryptos, I'm like, oh yeah, the all-time high could be broken really easy. No, we're so low, and this is such a huge run that I'm not confident that we could do, 4,000%? No, around here would be your major profit-taking area. Again, $6.80 to $11 for me personally, if I were getting into OMG at around about 65 cents at the very interested line. I am not doing any of that. This is just what I would do if I were getting in. I am spread too thin anyway. That could change. You never know. I could come into some quick cash and go, I got some more cash to spend on some crypto. Hey, sure, maybe. But that is what I would do in that situation. That is OMG. Let's get out of here to some final comments. Jason Ashworth asks, what are people spending on that they don't need? What is people spending on that they don't need? Let's blame the poor while the ultra-rich double their wealth. I don't think it's as simple as that. Yes, it is. UFD is moving. Let me just see what UFD is doing. Is it moving again? Give me a second. I'm not going to share the screen. I'm just going to check my things. Toshi is actually up decently as well. What's UFD doing? Oof. Unicorn fart dust. I'm not in it, by the way. Oh, UFD. I will have to do another video on that. Man, Ron's basement. Geez, you are doing well. That'll be a video for tomorrow. I think I might have to relook at UFD tomorrow. Unicorn fart dust. Good old Ron from Ron's basement. OG stacker. Thanks, Joe Ree. OMG, you're aware. Here's a question. As you're an OG in crypto, Joe, could you please let me know what the use of meme coins are beyond pumps and dumps? I love you, Jason. I love your loaded questions. I love it. There is none. No, none. What's the use? The word pumps and dumps. The framing of that of just pumps and dumps, I disagree with, because price goes up, price goes down. Meme coins are here to stay. If enough people believe that meme coins are a big general thing, then they don't pump and they pump and dump as much as any other crypto can pump and dump. But what's their use case? They don't have a use case. They don't. It's not like they're being used for well, actually, some meme coins are being used for utility for stuff, but yeah, no major use case other than, you're speculating, and that's what you're doing. You're speculating on gold, you're speculating on silver, you're speculating on all crypto, you're speculating on stocks. It's all the same thing. So what's the use case? None. Do they pump and dump? Some do. Some certainly do, but some just, go up and down in the normal crypto cycle. Peter, Axiom. Hey, Joe, what's your number one metric you will look at to help you decide when to exit completely from the crypto market going forward? Or maybe top 3 metrics? That's a great question. I'm going to mull over that, and I'm going to answer that in tomorrow's show. I think, because I've got to get out of here. But also, I think I could turn that into a show. I could turn that into a section of a show, and I won't do that today. But I'm going to save that question and try and answer it tomorrow, and I'll have to think about that as one of my top 3 metrics. Good question. Nakas O'Reilly says, meme coins are generally a flash in the pan, like Doge. I see them as extremely speculative or a lucky dip. Yeah, meme coins, like your smaller ones, absolutely. That's a crapshoot, man. Look at UFD. Unicorn fart dust. Who would have known about that? But, the ones that have been around for longer, your Dogecoin is your meme coins of all meme coins. Certainly not a flash in the pan. Been around for, 2013, 2014, 2015. Okay. Pepe's been around for a long time. So you've got the quite established ones. But they are extremely speculative, or a lucky dip. Yeah. Most of them are. I do agree. Sounds great. Thanks. You are welcome, Peter. Yeah, people. I'm going to get out of here. This has been Good Morning Stackers for January the 7th, 2025. You're going to get another show tomorrow morning. We'll talk about live gold, silver analysis, crypto analysis, maybe an altcoin, a news of the day, what's ever happening. I've got to get up in the morning early and see what's going on to give you the best information whatsoever. And we're bringing these two worlds, the stacking community, the crypto stacking community, together. It's such a great community here at Good Morning Stackers. And of course, finally, the people who get to hang around for the final synchronized slurp, you also get to dance it out. Like, how many people stick towards the end? You guys are the lucky chosen few. This has been
Good morning, Stackers.
Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Good morning, Stackers.
It's podcast time.
Grab It.
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do that.
Synchronized slurp.
3,
Now we're
2,
on the
1,
move.
slurp it.
Good morning, Stackers.
Thanks for watching, people, live on YouTube and on X. You'll get another live show tomorrow. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you.